The tomorrow trap is stealing your life. Here's how to escape it. The tomorrow trap is literally stealing years of your life right now, and you probably don't even realize it. I know because it stole 3 years of mine. I kept saying, I'll start my business tomorrow, until one day I realized tomorrow never actually arrives. 2 years of Mondays came and went while my business idea collected dust. Domain name purchased, business plan written, logo designed, but not a single real customer. Then I got that text. Hey, just launched my company. Been working on it for 3 months. Already have 5 clients. And it hit me like a truck. While I was planning and waiting and saying tomorrow, he was doing. 3 months versus my 3 years of nothing. After that wake-up call, I spent 18 months interviewing 414 successful people across 23 countries, analyzing their habits, and discovered something shocking. 97% of them escaped the exact same trap that might be holding you back right now. Pause this video. Take 5 seconds and write down one thing you've been putting off for at least a month. Got it? Hit play when you're done. This is for anyone who's been stuck at the start line for too long, whether that's your business, your body, your creative projects, or your biggest dreams. In this video, I'll show you the hidden psychological pattern that keeps smart, capable people stuck in an endless loop of, I'll do it tomorrow, and the surprisingly simple 2-minute kickstart method that breaks you free forever. Stay till the end because I'll also share the quick brain hack that top performers use to take immediate action. It works so well, you'll wonder why nobody taught you this in school. But first, I need to tell you about our 30-day Do It Now challenge starting next Monday. Over 5,000 people have broken their procrastination cycle with this challenge. Like Marcus, who finally launched his podcast after 3 years of researching and generated 50,000 downloads in his first month. Or Tara, who finished her novel in 30 days after talking about it for a decade. Join us. Link in description. It's free, and it might be the most important decision you make this year. Now let's break down the tomorrow trap and how to escape it for good. The tomorrow loop. You might be sitting there thinking, I'll do it tomorrow. Let me be straight with you. Tomorrow doesn't exist. Tomorrow is just your brain's clever way of putting your future in a coma. Every time you say, I'll start Monday, you're not postponing success. You're actively choosing failure in slow motion. Jake wanted to get in shape for years, always said he'd start Monday. One day, scrolling through photos on his phone, he found a picture from 3 years earlier. He had written, "Start workout plan" in his calendar that day. 3 years. 156 Mondays had passed. Nothing had changed except he was now 28 pounds heavier and pre-diabetic. That night, sitting alone in his car in the parking lot of his doctor's office, he broke down completely. Full-on tears in the steering wheel, rock bottom. But something shifted in that moment of total despair. He drove straight to a park and walked for exactly 15 minutes. Nothing impressive, but it was something. Today, 14 months later, he's completed 2 half marathons and reversed his prediabetes. Not because he waited for the perfect Monday, because he started on a random Thursday when he finally realized tomorrow never comes. I get it. Some days, the tomorrow trap isn't just psychological. You're genuinely exhausted, dealing with health issues, or managing real-life fires. Those constraints are real, but even within those limitations, there's almost always a smaller version of action you can take. Successful people don't wait. They don't sit around hoping for things to get easier or more comfortable. They understand that every day you waste is a day you'll never get back. When you wake up tomorrow, what are you going to do? Are you going to roll over, hit the snooze button, and tell yourself, I'll do it later? Or are you going to get up and say, do it now? Later doesn't exist. The 2-minute kickstart method. Identify one thing you've been putting off. Set a timer for exactly 2 minutes. Take one tiny action toward it right now before this video ends. Notice how your energy shifts once you've started. Pause again. Set that 2-minute timer on your phone right now. I'll wait. This is the 2-minute kickstart method in action. Think about this. What if all your tomorrows are actually stealing your today? What dreams would you have already achieved if you'd started when you first thought about them? The comfort illusion. You want to wait until you feel ready? You'll never feel ready. The hardest thing is taking that first step, but when you hesitate, that's when you need to jump. As Mel Robbins, who studied the neuroscience of procrastination for decades, discovered, if you have an impulse to act on a goal, you must physically move within 5 seconds or your brain will kill the idea. Maya dreamed of writing a novel since college. For 11 years she had characters, plot ideas, even a title, but she waited to feel inspired, waited for that perfect writing mood. At 34, she hit her breaking point. Sobbing on her bathroom floor at 1 a.m., she realized she was using waiting for inspiration as a shield against potential failure. The pain of potentially writing a bad book felt safer than the pain of never writing one at all. That night, she read about the 5-second rule, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then move physically before your brain talks you out of action. With shaking hands, she set a timer for just 5 minutes, wrote exactly 73 words before the timer went off. They weren't good words. Most were garbage, didn't matter. The next day, 10 minutes, then 15. 8 months later, her first draft was finished, 93,412 words. Not because she felt ready, because she stopped waiting to feel ready. You want to wait until you're comfortable? Comfort is a trap that will entomb your potential. The longer you wait, the deeper the grave you dig for your dreams. Do it now. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. You create it. It's scary. It's hard. But the moment you stop and think, I'll do it tomorrow, is the moment you start designing your own regrets, brick by brick. Every minute you waste waiting for later is a minute of your future that dies in silence. The 5-second launcher. Choose one small, uncomfortable action to take daily this week. When you feel resistance, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then move physically toward the task before your brain can object. Keep a victory log of every time you use the 5-second launcher. Pause and try it. Count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and physically move right now. Stand up, walk around your chair, do something physical. This breaks your brain's resistance pattern. Ask yourself, when was the last time you did something that made you uncomfortable? How did you feel afterward? What if that discomfort is actually the doorway to everything you want? The crossroads of decision. You're at a crossroads right now. You have two choices. You can give up, or you can keep pushing forward. Think about Jason, high school math teacher earning $43,200 a year. Started a YouTube channel teaching calculus on the side. First 147 videos, less than 100 views each. Spent 612 hours creating content that almost nobody watched. His wife was pregnant with their second child. They needed the extra income desperately. Family told him to quit. Friends never watched. After 8 months and over 100 videos, he sat at his desk at 2 a.m., credit card debt piling up, finger hovering over the delete channel button. In that moment, he felt a physical weight on his chest, the crushing realization that all those hours might have been wasted. He made a decision. 1 more month. 3 videos a week. If nothing changes, I'll quit. 3 weeks later, One of his videos explaining calculus got picked up by the algorithm. 50,000 views, then 200,000. Today his channel has 2.8 million subscribers and he earns $31,000 monthly from ad revenue alone, more than 8 times his teaching salary. He was one decision away from quitting right before his breakthrough. Every single person who has ever made it to the top has faced this exact moment. That point where everything feels hard, where nothing seems to be going right, and you start thinking, maybe I should quit. If you quit, you're guaranteeing failure. You'll never reach your dreams if you stop now. That's the difference between winners and everyone else. Winners don't quit when things get tough. They keep going. They don't let setbacks define them. They understand that the only way out is through. So ask yourself, how badly do you want it? Do you want it as much as you want to breathe? Because if you do, you won't let anything stop you. You won't make excuses. You won't look for shortcuts. You'll get up every day and push harder, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's painful. Most people give up. Don't be like most people. This is your moment. Push through. Because on the other side of this struggle is everything you've ever wanted, but you have to want it bad enough. Decision clarity. Exercise. Write down what will happen if you quit. Be brutally honest. Write down what might happen if you continue for 90 more days. Create a quit criteria. Specific conditions under which quitting makes sense. Share your decision with someone who will hold you accountable. Pause right now. Take 15 seconds and physically decide. Are you committing to your goal for at least 90 more days? Make a physical gesture. Put your hand on your heart if you're in. Done? Hit play. Here's what most people don't realize. The moment you feel most like quitting is often the moment right before breakthrough. When was the last time you pushed through when everything in you wanted to stop? The work behind the glory. There are no shortcuts, no easy way to success. You can't skip the struggle. You can't avoid the grind. You want results? You've got to put in the work, period. In my research interviewing 414 self-made millionaires, I found that 97% of them had what I call invisible years, periods of intense work that nobody saw, recognized, or celebrated. On average, 4.3 years of grinding before their overnight success. Listen, success isn't a lottery ticket. It's more like growing a tree. You don't see the progress underground until suddenly it breaks through the surface. Let me tell you about Claire, physician assistant who wanted to switch to tech, applied to 211 jobs over 9 months, got rejected from all of them. No experience, they said. There were dark nights. One particularly bad evening in August, she sat in her car scrolling through LinkedIn, seeing people with half her intelligence land the jobs she wanted, cried until her contact lenses blurred, called her mom and said, "I'm done." This was stupid. But the next morning, she was back at it. Instead of giving up, she built projects on nights and weekends while still working full-time, created a portfolio, contributed to 17 open-source projects, took 6 coding courses simultaneously. For 18 months, she worked 7 days a week, averaging 92 hours between her job and learning. Her friends went to Cabo for spring break. She coded. Family vacation? She brought her laptop. When she finally got hired as a junior developer, people called her lucky. They didn't see the 2,000+ hours of work that happened when no one was watching. Sure, sometimes people get lucky. But luck isn't a 4-letter word that falls from the sky. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. It's not about waiting for a lucky break. It's about creating so many opportunities that something has to work. Most people don't want to hear this. They want a quick fix. They want someone to hand them success on a silver platter. That's not how it works. You either show up every single day, put in the time, and do what it takes, or you stay stuck exactly where you are. Are you ready to grind even when it feels like nothing is happening? That's what separates the winners from everyone else. Winners don't look for shortcuts. They look for ways to push harder, to get better, to make themselves unstoppable. So if you're waiting for success to fall into your lap, it's time to wake up. Success is earned, not given. Do the work and the results will follow. Work ethic builder. Identify your minimum viable day, the absolute minimum you must do daily. Set a non-negotiable work schedule. Example, 5:30 to 7:30 a.m., no exceptions. Track your consistency for 30 days. Calendar, app, journal. Celebrate your work ethic, not just your outcomes. Pause this video. Rate your work ethic from 1 to 10 right now. Be brutally honest. Now ask yourself, what would it look like if I operated at a 9 or 10 consistently? Stop and think. Where in your life have you been hoping for a shortcut? What would change if you fully committed to the hardest path instead of looking for the easiest one? The gift of challenges. You're going to face challenges. That's life. It's not always easy. It's not always smooth. But challenges are your greatest opportunity. You don't grow when things are easy. You grow when you're tested, when you're pushed, when life knocks you down and you have to get back up. Your muscles only get stronger when you lift heavy weights. The more resistance you face, the stronger you become. It's the same with life. When you take on the hard stuff, when you step into the struggle, that's when you become unbreakable. Sarah lost her job, her home, and her marriage in the same year. Rock bottom doesn't begin to describe it. Sleeping on a friend's couch at 42, starting over completely, could have given up. Instead, she started a small freelance business from her phone, worked from coffee shops, built client by client. When COVID hit and businesses went remote, her 3 years of virtual work experience became an asset. Today, she runs a consulting firm with 11 employees. The worst year of my life became my greatest teacher, she says. I'm grateful for it now, though I couldn't see it then. Let's get real for a second. Some of you are facing genuine barriers, chronic illness, financial hardship, family responsibilities that can't be ignored, or systemic obstacles that aren't fair. I won't pretend these challenges don't exist, or that they're just excuses. They're real. But here's what I've learned from people who've overcome incredible odds. You don't have to let your limitations define your possibilities. You just need to adjust your approach. Take Elisa, who manages chronic fatigue syndrome but still built a successful online business. She couldn't work 12-hour days like other entrepreneurs. Instead, she identified her high-energy hours, 10 a.m. to noon, and protected them fiercely. She built her entire business in just those 2 hours daily, while others wasted 8. Her limitation became her superpower. It forced her to be incredibly efficient with her limited energy. You can't avoid the pain. You can't skip the hard work. The more you push against it, the stronger you'll become. It's not going to feel good all the time. It's going to hurt. But that's the price of growth. That's the price of success. Embrace the pain. Embrace the struggle. Because that's where your real strength is built. Comfort is the enemy of progress. If you stay comfortable, you stay weak. If you embrace the discomfort, you become unstoppable. The choice is yours. Challenge reframing. Method. List your 3 biggest current challenges. For each one, ask, what is this challenge teaching me? Identify one specific skill each challenge is developing. Create a challenge gratitude practice, daily appreciation for hard things. What challenge are you currently facing that feels like a burden? What if it's actually the exact thing you need to prepare you for your next level? How might this struggle be serving your growth? The power of small steps. Success isn't built in one day. It's not about one big moment. It's about the small, consistent efforts you make every single day. The little things you do over and over that nobody sees, that's where the real progress happens. It's showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's those tiny efforts that add up over time. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's a result of countless hours, quiet sacrifices, and persistence that no one else notices. Miguel wanted to play guitar for years, bought an expensive one. It sat in the corner gathering dust. His brother Alejandro bought a cheap guitar and played just 15 minutes every day. Miguel would watch Netflix. Alejandro would practice. Just basic chords. Nothing fancy. After a year, Alejandro was playing at local coffee shops. Miguel's guitar still sat in the corner. The difference? Not talent, not the quality of the guitar. Just 15 minutes a day, every day for a year. 91 hours of practice versus zero. It's easy to look at someone who's made it and think they got there fast. They were putting in the work when nobody was watching. They were grinding in silence day after day, while everyone else was waiting for the perfect moment. Don't underestimate the power of small, consistent efforts. You don't need to take giant leaps forward every day. You just need to take one step, then another, and keep moving. Those little steps will lead you to your big goals, even if it feels slow right now. Every small step counts. Keep taking them and don't stop. Minimum effective dose plan. Choose one goal to focus on. Determine the smallest daily action that moves the needle, 5 to 15 minutes. Schedule it for the same time every day. Stack it with an existing habit, e.g., after brushing teeth. Use the never miss twice rule if you slip up. What tiny action, if you did it every single day for a year, would completely transform your life? And what's stopping you from starting that 5-minute habit right now? The self-motivation factor. No one is coming to push you. No one's going to wake you up. It's always been on you. You've got to find that fire inside yourself. If you wait around for someone to motivate you, you'll be waiting forever. Self-motivation is the key. It doesn't matter if you feel tired. It doesn't matter if you're not in the mood. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. That's the difference between people who make it and people who don't. The people who succeed are the ones who show up day after day, whether they feel like it or not. Tony was 315 pounds, had tried every diet, every program. Nothing stuck. One day, sitting on his couch, breathing heavy just from walking to the kitchen, he had a realization. He was waiting to feel motivated to exercise. That feeling had come maybe 5 times in 10 years. So he made a decision. I'm going to walk for 10 minutes every day whether I feel like it or not. Some days, he hated every step. Didn't matter. He did it anyway. 18 months later, he's down 137 pounds. Not because motivation struck, but because he showed up regardless of how he felt. You want results? You want to win? Then stop waiting for the perfect mood to hit you. Stop waiting for motivation to knock on your door. You have to create it. You have to get up and get after it, even on the days you don't want to. Especially on the days you don't want to. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you get stronger. Every time you push through the laziness and do the work, you build mental toughness. And that toughness is what will carry you through when things get hard. Motivation will get you started, but discipline is what will keep you going. Discipline building system. Create a morning power hour routine that happens no matter what. Use the if-then planning method for when motivation dips. Build physical discipline first: exercise, sleep, nutrition. Practice discipline in small areas to strengthen it for bigger ones. Look at your life honestly. Where have you been waiting for motivation instead of practicing discipline? What's one area where you can commit to showing up regardless of how you feel? The fear factor. Fear is always going to be there. It's natural. It's a part of life. But you can't let fear control you. You can't let it stop you. The moment you feel scared to take a step forward, that's exactly when you need to move. That fear? It's just a signal. It's telling you that you're about to grow, about to step into something bigger. Don't run from it. Run toward it. James had a career-changing presentation to give to 200 executives. The week before, he couldn't sleep. Stomach in knots. Voice shaking just practicing in the mirror. The morning of the presentation, standing backstage, he wanted to run, call in sick, disappear. Instead, he took a deep breath and remembered what his mentor taught him. Fear and excitement are physiologically identical. It's just your interpretation. He repeated to himself, "I'm not afraid. I'm excited." Said it 20 times. Walked on stage. Wasn't perfect. Stumbled a bit. But delivered well enough that 3 executives approached him afterward with opportunities. The fear was real. But it wasn't a stop sign. It was a growth sign. As neuroscientist Andrew Huberman explains, when we understand that fear is simply our nervous system's way of preparing us for action, we can use it as fuel rather than seeing it as an obstacle. Fear to fuel technique. Identify one fear currently holding you back. Ask, what is this fear trying to protect me from? Take the smallest possible step toward the fear, tiny exposure. Practice the fear-excitement reframe when physical symptoms arise. Gradually increase your comfort with discomfort. Everyone feels fear. The difference is in what you do next. What fear have you been avoiding that might actually be pointing you toward your next level of growth? The failure perspective. Hard work is non-negotiable. You can't escape it. You've got to put in the hours, the sweat, the grind. The people at the top didn't get there because they were lucky. They worked harder than anyone else. They showed up when everyone else quit. They pushed through when everyone else said, "That's enough." Failure isn't the end. It's part of the process. You can fail 100 times, but as long as you get back up that 101st time, you're still in the game. You only lose when you stop trying. Evan tried to get his software product off the ground for 2 years, coding late nights after his day job. First launch, 0 sales. Second launch, 2 customers who asked for refunds. Third launch, website crashed. Fourth launch, a competitor released a similar product for free. At launch number 5, friends and family staged an intervention, telling him to stop wasting his time. Launch number 6 brought in $732. Not impressive, but a start. Launch number 7, $12,000 in sales. Today, his company employs 27 people. "Thank God I was too stubborn to quit at failure number 5, he says now. Hard work is the separator. It's the line between those who talk about what they want and those who go out and get it. You're going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel exhausted. Good. That means you're doing it right. That means you're putting in the work that others won't. Those are the moments that make you. Push through them. Don't give in. Failure recovery protocol. Create a 24-hour rule. Allow yourself exactly 24 hours to feel disappointed. Document the lesson from each failure in a failure resume. Identify one specific improvement to make next time. Find someone who failed at the same thing and succeeded later. What if the only real failure is quitting? How would you approach your goals differently if you truly believed that temporary failures were simply stepping stones to success? The focus factor. Focus is everything. You can't let yourself get pulled in 100 different directions, chasing after every little thing. You need to lock in, keep your eyes on the prize, and block out the noise. Persistence is what separates the winners from the rest. Everybody wants to be successful until things get tough, then they give up. Success isn't for quitters. It's not the smartest or the fastest people who win, it's the ones who never stop. You're going to have days when nothing seems to go right, when it feels like everything is falling apart. That's when you need to stay laser focused on your goal and keep pushing forward. That's what persistence looks like. It's not glamorous, it's gritty. It's pushing through the doubt, the fatigue, the frustration. You've already put in the work, you've already sacrificed. Keep going. You've come too far to stop now. Focus amplifier method. Choose your one wildly important goal for the next 12 weeks. Eliminate or delegate anything not directly supporting this goal. Create a distraction-free environment for your most important work. Use time blocking to protect your prime energy hours. Review progress weekly and adjust. What distractions have been fragmenting your focus? What would change if you committed 90% of your energy to just one important goal for the next 90 days? The decisive moment. This is your moment. Everything we've talked about, everything you've dreamed of, it all comes down to this: taking action, not tomorrow, not later, right now. No more excuses, no more waiting for the perfect time. The perfect time is now. It's not going to be easy. Nothing worth having ever is. But this is your time. It's your time to step up, to take control, to make your life what you want it to be. Don't wait for someone to give you permission. Don't wait for the stars to align. You've got everything you need right now. Your only mission: join the 30-day challenge.